Alright, welcome back to the SuperCoach Nuff channel. In this video we're going to do our round 16 review of the 2024 NRL SuperCoach season. So not gone to lockout or whatever they call it, the new round. Sorry, it's quite early Monday morning, but got to get on the road. So we're knocking it out. But 871, you can see there is the live score. Obviously, the season rank doesn't show up here, but I have found a way that we can find out before ahead of time. So if we go into the leagues, we've got the overall league here, which we haven't put too much focus on. And there's a couple of teams we'll give a shout out to in a minute. But if I scroll down, unfortunately I'm on the slide. So as you can see, it's got me ranked at 8,758 overall. Which is about 2,500 spots down. So basically all the gains we made last week in round 15, we've just slid back. So I guess, holding rank after the last couple of rounds, not great, but that's all right. We'll have a look at the team. So Jerry Marshall King with 50, that's passable. But then the captaincy, unfortunately, I put on Adam Fanua-Blake, and I didn't see the game, but don't think anyone from the Warriors did too much. If you lost by 60, I'm sure they'll bounce back. I'm not stressed about the Warriors, just not their day. Speaking of players who weren't having their best day, Josh Curran, unfortunately, a few little handling errors in the wet there in Gosford. It was a bit disappointing to hear some Bulldogs fans were giving it to him on social media. It's like, we haven't been in the top 8 for ages. Just relax, enjoy the fact that we're actually doing good for once. And it was a tough game. The Roosters played really well, to their credit as well. Like the first half was almost perfect wet weather footy from them. So, it's a fair loss to cop. But, Curran will bounce back. We're not trading him out off that game for sure. Semi Alafanu, though, he saved our front row with an 89, which was awesome. I don't think there was any tries in that too. That's all just work rate. I'll have a look in a minute. I didn't, again, other than the Bulldogs game, I didn't really watch much footy. I sort of went to bed at half time in the Manly South game just because I was so tired. Big day on Saturday. So, I'll have a look at that in a minute. Dave Fafita with an 84. So I did initially have the captaincy on him, and then I just thought the Warriors would be stronger. But obviously, if I kept it on him, that's another 50 points, which would have been very handy. Eli Katoa with a 58. So I guess, not the sort of high score we were hoping for. But again, it was one of those games where there wasn't a lot of high scores from the players. Ruben Porter we brought in to start generating some cash instead of Sam Hughes, and he got a 31. So I'll have a look at what Sam Hughes got and do a little comparison there. Smithies with a 43 on the bench is, about what he's been averaging. So he's definitely going to get the axe before round 19. Matt Burton, so I guess another one that didn't really go to plan. Obviously it was wet weather footy, which isn't the best for attacking. But put himself out in the centres. They had Hutchison playing 5'8". He did drift in a bit, and particularly late when they were trying to chase points, he tried to inject himself a bit more. But there was, I guess, no defence on top of the sort of little bit of attack that was there, so wasn't going to score a lot. Max Plath, 61, that's solid. That's what we sort of expect from him consistently. Lockie Galvin turning up, so great hold. And the Tigers, again, alongside the Titans, sort of pulled a swift one. It's great to see Adam Dewey back as well, doing well. Good stuff there from Lockie. Jacob Kiro's bucked the trend, though, I suppose. Like scoring 100 without a try. I think he had 38 runs I saw, and then all the offloads and tackle busts. He's just a machine. I love him. probably second favourite after Burton at the moment, the Dogs. Jermaine Osako with the 76 was decent. I wasn't expecting quite that much, so we'll take that. Jacob Gago with a 38. It is what it is. Again, no tries. Sort of, or did he score a try? I can't even think. Let's have a look. Oh, it won't be on here, will it? It's be on the live stuff. And Trey Fuller with the 68 was my vice captain. I thought, surely Fanua Blake can cover that, but in the end, Fanua Blake scored the same after he scores double. So, I could have had Fafita with an extra 50 or even an extra 34 from Fuller. But like I said, we'll have a look at the matches. There's no head-to-heads to look at, but we will go through them just for some high scores in a minute. I wanted to look at Sam Hughes' score, 28. So yeah, we got 3 more points from Porter, so that's a little win. What else do I want to look at? Final stats. Some of the other final, yeah, so 38 tackles, some tackle busts. What's that? Forced dropout. There you go. Must have been a little dink on the edge. 21 runs, not line break assist, small floats. Yeah, so just some good stuff there from Samiela. Who was the other one I said? I can't even think now. I'll just quickly go through anyway. So, I guess if you had Jerome Hughes and Tyron Wishart in your halves, you were cheering. Warbrick actually scored pretty well, 2 try assists and a try, and still only 88. But I guess Hughes isn't much better. The Titans, so I was a fill up on the Titans, Campbell and Kinney, 170, 153. So well done if you managed to squeeze both of them in your team. I'd imagine a Titans fan will probably be the team of the week this week. Terrell May, I think might be a little bit of a trap I'm going to call this week, just purely off the back of he's played these 80-minute games in round 13 and 16, mostly because he's had to with no Lindsay Collins, no Spencer Leniu in the team. So I think his minutes will drop back, but absolute weapon that he can play 80, and hopefully the Roosters utilise it more for those that have him in Supercoach or fantasy. Damien Cook, Kolomatangi continuing to kill it since the Ben Hornby takeover at the club there. I guess takeover is not the right word, but some good stuff there. Lawton was pretty good considering I had him as a trap. 44 tackles is massive. So I don't know. I thought he was playing in the halves, but maybe he slid more in the middle. I don't really know how they worked it. And then yesterday, Appy 133. So I was tossing up between him and Marshall King, and this week it was Appy Coruscant who got up. KO Weeks with the 90s, good news for my fantasy team. Yeah, finally, Uday Kamanu with the 73, scoring a try, so it wasn't expected, but I guess you take that out. I'm guessing there's a line break involved in that too. So he's scoring those 40s that we anticipated, but nice little bonus for those who got on this week. So I'll go back to the heads and we'll have just a scour through the leagues. So a couple of 1,000+ scores, 1120 from Morton Madness. That's clearly the top. Let's have a look at that. So Matthew had Jerome Hughes, Tamari Martin with the 66. Joey Martin was captain with the 63. It's not too bad. May and Walker, so obviously a couple of tons there. Appy Coruscant, Joe Tarpany, had Lockie Galvin for feeder, so pretty solid team there. Missed out on a few scores, but that's the best thing about best 13 is those lower ones do drop out. So you can see I didn't get Burton or Porter's score this week. So what was that, 1120? Let's see if we can beat that in any of the other leagues. The second league. So couple 1100s there, the window shoppers and short dropout. 1169 from the Eagle Hawks and 1200. So I'll have a look at both of them. So James with the 1169. So I had Fuller, Katoa, Fafita as captain, solid. Terrell May, Sam Walker, Api Coruscant. So it seems to be, common threads with these high scores. No Titans just yet, but maybe, or guess other than Fafita. And Hines' side is 40-20. Ross had Jerome Hughes, Tedesco as captain, Terrell May, Damien Cook, and Kalamatangi. Joe Tarpney with an 89. I probably skipped over in the game reviews. Dave Fafita, Kiraz, Galvin, nice. So I guess, if you've got Max Plath 60, although Yadim is not playing, so that's a bit of an oversight there. I think, and Finu not playing. So probably left some points on the table there, Ross. But I guess, not copping SJ's 9 is a win. So that's, very, very interesting team. Had a lot of players this week, which is interesting. Be interesting to see how Ross goes for round 19, I think, with the Roosters, the Raiders, Warriors will be on by 2. Oh, well, we'll see. I'm not doing too great for round 19 myself. And then the third league, see a couple of thousands. 1121 for Keggers, 1125 for May Down. So have a quick look at those two. So Paul with Captain Tedesco, May and Walker. So nice to be on the Roosters this week. Abby Coruscant, Jacob Kiraz turning up. K Weeks with the 90 as well. And Keggers was a few points off, but also Hughes, Fafita, Tedesco. So a lot of the very similar names. Yep, Coruscant, Fine, Galvin. Nice. So I guess, I can't really do initial trades and stuff at the moment, but probably the one trade this week will be Fuller out. So based on here, you can see 68 projected means 31k. So we add that on, it's about 270,000 if we trade him down to Fletcher Sharp, the Newcastle bottom dollar fullback who's on the bubble. So we add that to the bank. It's going to give us 600k with 12 trades. And as I talked about last week, I've got my little watch list here. So, Hines will come back this week and hopefully start dipping in value. Um, I think Holmes has got a high break even. I think Lomax is, good. It might be one where if he is going to back up, we might look to get on this week to Lomax. We can swap out Armstrong if I just turn the pricing off. So, if we have 700k, we can easily afford Lomax. So to upgrade Armstrong. Or we could even, cash out on Talangi. He's peaked in price. Armstrong's price isn't going to dip. So it might be something like that. So maybe 2 trades this week would be in the offing. We'll hang on to drink water. Give Sharp a bit of time to make some money before we flip to Edwards. So I think that's sort of going to be the plan. And then we'll try to have a look at, planning for round 19 after that. But yeah, should be able to easily cover this week in terms of players missing. It's only Fafita and Garrick, and Gagai. So, definitely got enough coverage there. But have a quick look at the fixture. So maybe it'll be a Burton VC on the Friday night against the Sharks. And then captaincy. So probably not Drinkwater against Penrith. Fafita's on the bye. Maybe Eli Katoa against the Raiders. Don't know. Yeah, so there probably will be something like that. Yeah, at the moment, let's lock that in. Katoa captain, Burton vice captain. But yeah, we'll leave the video there. So as always, if you've got any questions, comments, thoughts, feel free to add them below this video. Give us a like if you enjoy the SuperCoach content. Subscribe for all the fantasy sports content on the channel. And other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.